Hello everyone, welcome to Forbidden God channel. Here you will see the top best 5 player deck analysis of the weekend tournament of God Unchained. If you like the video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and get notification when a new video is out. The weekend tournament of God Unchained is now over on January 6, 2022. Let's now show you the top 5 best player and the best deck they have played on last weekend tournament of God Unchained. Now here the best player number 5, GOGSIK, ID 3562353. That player have won 15 match on last weekend tournament. You have played only nature deck. Regen nature the best deck you have played. 37 win, 14 lose, 72.5 percentage of win rate. The cost of the deck is the lowest cost of all the deck I will mention to you in this video. The cost of the deck is $178.87 USD. Let's see what we have inside of the deck. Kido the Teacher. First legendary card inside of the deck. Creature 1/1. Cost 1. Regen 1. Heal 1 to that creature at the end of the turn. The regen occur after the burn, so the damage of burn occur before the regen. War. Randomly give +1/+1 to another of your creatures. Give -1 to durability to your opponent relic. I love that creature because when it's entered the battlefield, it boosts a creature of +1/+1 and also remove 1 durability to your opponent relic and costs only 1. Marshwalker. Creature 1/4. Cost 1. Regen 1. Healed by 1 at the end of the turn. The burn occur before the regen. And that's one of the popular card I have inside of all my nature deck for wild deck. Beer Shell Beetle. Creature 1/3. Cost 1. Regen 1. Healed by 1 at the end of the turn. Burn occur before. Creatures damaged by this creature get burned +1. That's mean when that creature deal 1 damage to creature, the creature damaged by that creature get burned +1. That's mean at the end of the turn that creature get 1 damage. But the burn is always cumulative. So if you attack the same creature multiple times and they always 1 damage, the burn is now burn +1, attack another time, burn +2, so deal 2 damage at the end of the turn, burn +3, after that, go to 3 damage at the end of the turn, always occur before the regen. And this is also Pure Beetle, a popular card in all the nature deck I play versus and I play with. Black Jaguar, creature, 3/3, cost 2, confuse, regen 1. Confuse at 50 percentage to attack another valid target. So that means it doesn't listen your order at 50 percentage of chance. But is a useful creature because it's 3/3 that costs only 2. And the other part, you have also region 1, so it's heal itself by 1 at the end of the turn. Canopy Barrage. Spell. Cost 2. Deal 4 damage to a random enemy creature. And that is one of my popular card on all my nature deck, Canopy Barrage, because that is a powerful spell, because it's 4 damage to a random enemy creature. Random enemy creature can target Iden, can target Order, and can target some creature that cannot be targeted normally, because it's targeting randomly. Flame Blade. Relic. 1 attack, 4 durability. Cost 2. Blitz can attack right away a creature. Twin Strike can attack 2 times the same creature or 1 time, 2 times 1 creature each. War. Target creature become confused. So when the relic enter the battlefield, you target the enemy creature to give it confused. Finian Fruit Bearer. Second legendary inside of the deck, and that's also a popular legendary for the nature deck. Why? Because let's see what it's doing. Creature 2/2, cost 2. At the end of your turn, if you are frenzy, summon a 1/1 vibrant fruit. I tell you, when you deal the 1 damage, the first damage to the enemy god, you become frenzy. When you frenzy, at the end of the turn, you summon a 1/1 vibrant fruit creature. That's mean when that creature vibrant fruit die, because you have afterlife, give +1/+1 to the strongest creature. So that's mean if you have a strongest creature, that one is boosted by +1/+1. Very powerful. Penumbra Aula. Creature. Treat 2/2. Cost 2. War. If you control 2 or more other wild creature, dwell a wild creature and put it into your hand. What that's mean? So that's mean when you have 2 or more creature wild inside of the board that you control. You dwell a wild creature. That means you select between 3 different wild creature and you put one of them into your hand. Underbrush boar. Creature 3/3. Cost 2. Confuse. Is attack at 50% another valid target instead of the one you decided. At the end of your turn, Underbush boar is summoned. So after the turn is summoned, you attack a random enemy creature. So it's really useful. It's like attacking like Blitz, but not it's not like Blitz because you don't select the attacking creature. Celestial Stag, creature 3/3, cost 3. That's my favorite card I have in my nature deck. Why? Let's see what it does. Bless. That means you select between 3 different Bless ability. That means you gain favor, you lose favor, you exchange favor, but it's all related to favor for your sanctuary. After you play your first creature each turn, so not the first time you play that card, but next turn when you play the first creature, you gain a nature card to your hand, and that excluding this creature. So that means the first time you summon it, you can summon another creature, and it will including that like a first creature you summon. Very interesting. I think it's that way. If I'm not wrong, I think it's that or the other way. Dagon the Down Wolf, the third and the last legendary inside of the deck. And that's my favorite creature for my nature deck because when you play with the power flourish to heal your creature by 1, that creature will do an effect very useful. Look at that. A creature 1/3, cost 3. Blitz can attack a creature right away. Regen 2. At the end of the turn is heal itself by 2 after burn. After a creature is ill, give +1/+1 to it. So when a creature is healed, that creature gains +1/+1. So when you select the power Flourish to heal your creature, in that case you boost all your creature with that card. That's why I find it fantastic and powerful. Let's see the next card. Lightning Strike. That's my favorite spell for doing damage in nature card. I always put in all my nature deck as well. Why? Because it costs 3 and deals 6 damage to the strongest enemy creature. Very interesting because it's the strongest enemy creature and deals 6 damage. It's really a high damage done. Wildfire. That's my favorite spell when I create my wild deck because it costs 4 and deal 1 damage to each enemy creature, but the most important part is give +1/+1 and regen +1 to each friendly wild creature. So all your wild creature in the board get plus one, and regen plus one. So at the end of the turn, they heal one turn. Whatsoever is they don't have it at the start. Pack, pack succession. Spell. Cost 5. Summon a random 5 mana wild creature. It attacks the strongest enemy creature. That's interesting because it's like you summon a 5 mana cost wild creature and they attack the strongest enemy creature. So you just wish that strongest enemy creature is not more powerful than that summoned creature because you want that summoned creature to survive the damage. Trial of the Hydra. Spell. Cost 5. Give regen plus 1 to each of your wild creature, and after that, give all of your creature plus X, where the X is their regen amount. So when you create a deck with regen creature, in a case you boost their regen and you boost their strength with the Trial of Hydra. I love that deck. I'm so happy. I think I will try my best to have that deck. Veil Warden Minotaur. Creature. 4/5. Cost 5. Afterlife. Heal your god for 3. And add a random 7 mana cost wild creature to your hand. That's one of my creature I always put also in all my nature deck because it's really useful. It heal your god and give you a 7 mana cost. At turn 5 is useful because you need to wait 4 turns and you can cast it. Wild Og, creature 2/3, cost 1, confuse. When a confused creature attack, there is a 50% chance that is attack a valid random character instead. So it can be enemy god or enemy creature. Feral Shapeshifter. Creature 4/4 cost 4 ident for 1 turn. So in a case cannot be attacked, cannot be targeted by spell, only by random enemy creature spell like Canopy Barrage, War, deal 1 damage to an enemy creature. So you select that creature and you deal 1 damage to it. The power inside of the deck is set at a mark, because you deal 1 damage to a random enemy creature and you heal your god for 1. But me in my head, because of Trial of Hydra and the Super Dragon Down Wolf, I suggest you maybe to take the power of Flourish to heal your creature for the damage they take, and you boost the creature with Dragon Down Wolf when is inside of the board. The creator have 51 matches and 72.5% of win rate. The overall is 161 match and 63.4% of win rate. Very interesting and powerful for the number 5 player. So let's see now the number 4 player. Number 4 player, Anti-Cag, ID 3766021. That player I've won 16 match on last weekend tournament. You have played with 4 different gods, not death, not nature. The most played god is Order Light, 17 win, 4 lose. I talk about Order Light because the Control War have 3 lose and same number of win, but the Order Light have 1 match more and 81 percentage of win rate. Let's see the cost of the deck and what we have inside of the deck. That's, I think, my highest cost deck of all the video inside of this video. The cost of the deck is $2,805.78 USD in Ethereum. Sorry, USDT. Let's see what we have inside of the deck. Censure. Spell. Cost 1. Give order plus 3 to 2 enemy creature. That's useful because order plus 3 means during 3 turns they cannot use their ability, they cannot attack, And also, when they're frontline, they're not useful. So in case the frontline is not blocking nothing. The most interesting fact is cost only one, and you put that order plus three to two enemy creature. Very useful, I think so. Very powerful. Divine Judgment. Spell. Cost one. Obliterate a creature with order. That's a combo with Censor because you give order and you remove from the game the card that have order on it. Very powerful. Vesper of Concession. Creature 1/1. Cost 1. Protected. The first damage done on that creature is void. At the end of your turn, remove one durability from your opponent relic. Very powerful because at the end of your turn, you remove one durability from your opponent relic. Echo in Eclipse. Spell. Cost 2. Give Soulless and -1/-1 to each creature. Can be useful versus aggro creature that have low health, like 1/1 creature or just 1 health. That can be interesting because it gives soulless. So that means they're removed from the game. They don't go in the void if they die. So it's very powerful versus the Anubian deck and the zombie deck. And Kinzister Informant. Creature 2/3. Cost 2. War. Give order plus 3 to an enemy creature. Very interesting because it's in combination with Divine Judgment because you give order plus 3 to an enemy creature, so it can be you be useful, cannot attack, cannot block, cannot do nothing, but can be targeted by a random enemy creature. So it can be interesting. That's the deck that blocked the enemy to do something with their creature. Tawid Heart. First Winter Wonderland card inside of the deck. Spell. Cost 2. Obliterate your opponent void. For each creature obliterated, heal your god for 1. I love that spell because it obliterate all your opponent void, and each creature you remove from the game, you heal your god for 1. I love it. Inescapable Duty. Spell. Cost 3. Pull a creature from your void to your hand and give it +2/+2 and Soulless. Soulless, when it's dead, is removed from the game. Empire 3. So you click at the top right corner of the card to pay 3 mana more, so it finally costs 6 instead. You pull another creature from your void to your hand and you give +2/+2 to that creature and Soulless. That's interesting. Cost 3, you have one creature from your board to your end that gain +2/+2 and removed from the game when it's dead. Or you pay 6 and you have two creatures from your board with +2/+2 each, and both of them is removed from the game when they die. I love that spell. I think I want it for my light deck as well. Very useful and powerful. Like Levy, that's a spell I use it and I find it interesting. Because that spell costs 3, it transforms a creature with strength or 2 or less into a 2/2 acolyte, and you gain control of that acolyte. Very interesting and powerful. Lysander's Spear, the first legendary inside of the deck. Relic, 0 attack, 3 durability, cost 3. After you play a light card, give +1 durability to this relic. The ability, so when you click on it instead of attack, it gives +2/+2 to a creature you select, and -2 durability to this relic. I love that relic because its boost is on durability for each light card you play in the board or in the game. Enlightenment. Spell. Cost 4. discard 2 cards. Look at your deck, and for each card discarded, pull a card to your hand, then shuffle your deck. That means you discard 2 cards, and for the 2 cards you discarded, you pull a card to your hand. So you select a card that you want, and you shuffle your deck. 2 cards you want. Interesting. Iron Knight, creature, 3/3, cost 4, frontline. So all creature that you have inside of your board is protected because the enemy need to attack the front line first before attacking the god or before attacking the creature. Also, that creature is protected, so the first damage done on that creature is revoked. It also have Warn, so it's canceling the first attack of ability, the first ability or the first spell done on that creature. Not the attack, but just the spell and the ability. Cern the Moderator, second legendary inside the deck. Creature 2/5, cost 4. After a creature is ill, draw a card. War, give order +3 to an enemy creature, then heal each friendly character for 2. I love that legendary card as well, because when a creature is healed, you draw a card. So when that creature enters the battlefield, you give order +3 to an enemy creature, so it's not able to attack, not able to use nothing, cannot be useful. Then it also heal all your friendly character, can be your god, can be your creature, but heal for 2. So each time a creature will be healed that time, you draw a card. Very interesting and powerful because in turn 4 you can have a lot of card played. Lips or Seal. Spell. Cost 5. Give order +4 to each creature with strength or 3 or more. So all the strongest creatures strength of 3 or more, they all get order +4. I love that card for order. It's very interesting and overpowered because all the strength 3 or more become unuseful for 4 turns. Mary Cadmus, second Winter Wonderland extension card. Creature 3/4, cost 5. The third legendary inside of the deck, and not the last one, is Frontline. So this card is the first creature to be attacked because the enemy god cannot attack any creature, only the front line first, before creature or the god. When that creature enters the battlefield with war, you pick one. You pull a creature from the board to the top of its controller deck, or you give +2/+2 to an. Oh my god, let me see. Click on it. Give +2/+2 to the chosen one. So we give +2/+2 to the chosen one. Can be interesting. Give +2/+2 to your chosen one, or you pull a creature from the board to the top of its under controller deck. It's also interesting. One or the other is very powerful. Radiant Embalmer. Creature 2/4. Cost 5. War. Pull a card from your board to your hand. So when that card enters the battlefield, you pull a card from your board and you put it in your hand. Lysander Mercy. Spell. Cost 7. Pull each creature on the board onto the bottom of their controller deck. So you put all the creatures on the board in the bottom of the deck. So you will be draw at the end of the deck, at the end of the game. Pyramid Warden, creature 2/6, cost 2, frontline. So this creature is the one that protect your god and your creature because the enemy god can just attack the frontline first before attacking your creature or your god. When that frontline die after life, your opponent summon a random creature from the void. Void is a graveyard, so in case where is the creature go after dying, or spell after using. Blade of White Plane. Creature 3/3. Costs 5. Once per turn, after a weaker enemy creature is destroyed, draw a card. War. When that creature enters the battlefield, destroy an enemy creature with a strength of 3 or less. Very interesting because you can draw a card right away. Kaya, Conduit of the God. The fourth legendary inside of the deck, and not the last one again. Creature 5/2, cost 6. At the end of your turn, deal damage equal to your expended mana gem, split randomly among all enemy characters. Can be god, can be enemy god or enemy creature. Randomly split all expended mana gem. Very interesting. Demogorgon. Creature 4/6, cost 7. Leech. Heal your god for the number of damage that creature deal. At the end of your turn, deal 3 damage to a random sleeping enemy creature, and war, all other creatures go to sleep. So in case when it's entered the battlefield, it go to sleep all other creatures. So your creature or the enemy creature. Tariel the Fallen. The fifth legendary card inside of the deck, the last legendary card, and the last card. That card is the most popular card in all the light deck or any uh, war deck as well. Teriel the Fallen, that creature is 6/9, cost 7, war, duel 3 Terric Cultists. That means duel you select between 3 Terric Cultists with 3 different ability one time. You select one of them. When they say duel 3 Terric Cultists, that means you select 3 times one. You select one Terric Cultist between 3 choice of ability. 3 times like this. Very powerful. The creator have played 25 match, 80 percentage of win rate. The overall is 29 matches, 82.8 percentage of win rate. I think that's the most effective deck of this video. So now let's see the third player. Number 3 player of the last weekend tournament, Meepo 2000. That player have won 16 match on last weekend tournament. You have played with 3 different gods, nature, light, and war. The most played deck is Aggro Light. 33 win, 11 lose, 75 percentage of win rate. The cost of the deck is $1,292.40 in USD. Let's see what we have inside of the deck. Drider Cell Weaver. Creature 2/2. Cost 1. Ward. That's mean that creature the first ability or the first spell done on that card is cancel. Humble the Benefactor. Creature 1/1. Cost 1. Echo. War. Give +1 L to a friendly creature. That's mean when you enter the battlefield, you gain another copy of that creature cost 1/1/1 that do the same ability. So when these enter a battlefield, you select one of your friendly creature, and that friendly creature gain 1 L. So you gain another creature to do the same thing. It's really interesting. Direct Extortionist. Creature 1/1, cost 1, Empower 2. When you click at the top right corner of the card, you pay 2 mana more, and you transform an enemy creature with strength or 2 or less into a 1/1 Theoretic Militant, and then you gain control of it. That means is very interesting because you transform a 2 strength or less enemy creature to a 1/1 Theoretic Militant, and after that you gain control of it. So in case the enemy lost one creature. Vesper of Concession. Creature 1/1, cost 1, protected. That means that creature, the first damage done on that creature is revoked. At the end of your turn, remove one durability from your opponent relic. That's mean when is end of your turn, you remove one durability from your opponent relics is very useful because when you play versus war, they have a several relic. Vexing Vicard. Creature. 1/1. Cost 1. Protected and ward. So the first damage is revoke, and the first ability or first spell is cancel. Very interesting. Philid Janissary. Creature. 2/2. Cost 2. War. Give +1/+1 to a friendly creature. Very powerful because when it's entered the battlefield, you boost one of your friendly creature of +1/+1. And Kenzister Informant. Like we have seen on the other deck, that creature is 2/3 and costs 2, and when it's entered the battlefield, you give order +3 to an enemy creature. That means when his order cannot attack, cannot use his ability, cannot block, cannot do nothing. Very unuseful creature. Lysander Spear. Relic. 0 attack, 3 durability. Cost 3. After you play a light card, give +1 durability to this relic ability. So when you click on that relic, it gives +2/+2 to a creature and -2 durability to this relic. A very powerful relic because you boost your own creature of +2/+2. Militant Theist. Creature. 2/3. Cost 3. War. Target creature, if it's yours, give it +1/+1. If not, give it -1/-1. So it's very useful to kill a 1/1 creature or a 1 health enemy creature, or can boost your own creature of +1/+1. Radiant Down. Spell. Cost 3. Each friendly creature gain +1/+1 and lose sleep. That's mean each of your friendly creature gain +1/+1 and they lose sleep. So when you have play a creature first is sleeping, you play that spell, you lose the sleep. Very useful. Chaining of the God, the second legendary inside of the deck. That spell costs 4. You pick 2 of them. The strongest creature gain -3/-2. The weakest creature gain +2/+3, or each creature gain +1/+1. What I suggest you to do is gain to put the +3/+3 to the weakest creature gain if it's yours, or you give -3/-2 to the strongest one, and each creature gain +1/+1 is one of the 2 of them, but very carefully, because the strongest creature can be yours, and the weakest creature can be the enemy creature. Iborn Knight. Creature. 3/3. Cost 4. Frontline. So the enemy god need to attack that front line and not the other creature. Protected. The first damage done on that creature is revoke, ward. The first spell and ability is revoke and cancel. Turn the Moderator. The third legendary inside of the deck. Creature. 2/5. Cost 4. After a creature is healed, draw a card. Like we have seen on that the other deck. War, give order +3 to an enemy creature, then heal each character for 2. Very useful and powerful, because when he's entered the battlefield, you put an enemy creature unuseful for 3 orders of 3 turns, and also you heal all your friendly character, that's mean your god and your creature for 2. Canonize. Spell. Cost 5. Give a creature +3/+3 and protects it. Very powerful because you boost your creature of +3/+3 and also you give it protected, so the first damage done on that creature will be revoked. Vanguard Axewoman. Creature 2/2. Cost 1. Blitz. That creature can attack a creature right away. Pyramid Warden. Creature 2/6. Frontline. Afterlife. Your opponent summon a random creature from the void and costs 2. So that frontline protect all your creature and your enemy and your god. And when it's dead for a cost 2 is very interesting because 6 L. When it's dead, the enemy summon a creature from the void in the battlefield. Not quite interesting, but can be useful. Martyr of White Plain. Creature 2/2. Cost 3. Frontline. Protect your health and your creature. While this creature is in your void, so in the graveyard, in the void, so when it's dead, after a friendly creature is die, pull it to your hand and summon this creature with Celeste. That means when your friendly creature die, the friendly creature return to your hand, and the Martyr of White Plane return to the battlefield, and when it's dead this time, will be removed from the game. Blade of White Plane. Creature 3/3. Cost 5. Once per turn, after a weaker enemy creature is destroyed, draw a card. War. Destroy an enemy creature with 3 strength or less. That's mean when it's entered the battlefield, you can draw a card immediately with destroying the lowest creature. The power the creature use most of the time is summon Acolyte. Cost 3 mana and summon 2/2 Acolyte. I think it can be useful to summon the Acolyte because you'll need a lot of creature because they are aggro light. So the creature have played 44 match, 75 win rate. Overall is 56 match, 71.4 percentage of win rate. That's really interesting for our number 3 best player. So now let's see the top two player. Number 2 player, Agnova 4. That ID 777777. That player have the lucky 7 ID number. That player have won 16 match on 18 match last weekend tournament. You have played with all different god, not magic. The most played deck is Aggro Deception, 23 win, 10 lose, 69.7 percentage of win rate. That deck is, in my opinion, the not the lowest, but the third lowest cost deck. No, the second lowest cost deck. I think so. The second, maybe I'm not remember it. The second or the third. But the cost of the deck is $877.93 USD. Let's see what we have inside of the deck. Dark Knife. Spell. Cost 1. Give +3 strength to a friendly creature. A very powerful spell because it boosts the strength to a friendly creature on the board. Chief. Relic. 1 attack, 5 durability. Cost 1. God Blitz. Can attack the enemy god right away. Flank. If the first creature attacks the front line, the god the flank can attack right away the enemy god and forget the front line, whatever if it's on the board or not. Orfeo, Champion of Deception, the first legendary inside the deck. That creature is 1/1 and costs 1. Its backline. That's mean the enemy need to kill the front line, all of the creature before touching the backline. That creature is deadly. The first any damage done, the first damage, 1 damage or more done by that creature to a creature, the creature received the damage is dead right away. Whatsoever is if I have 5 or more health remaining or less or anything. Item for 1 turn. That means cannot be targeted by spell or attack, only by random enemy creature. After you play a card, play this creature to the board if it's in your hand. So that creature is played for free when you play a card in a creature to the board. No, after you play a card, you play this creature to the board. So any card you play, this creature enters in the board for free. Interesting for the first turn. Shadow of Lebanon. Creature 1/1. Cost 1. At the end of your turn, this creature gains item. At the start of your turn, this creature deals 1 damage to the opposing god. Very interesting because that creature at the end of your turn become item, cannot be targeted by attack or spell. Only by random enemy creature can be targeted. And also, at the start of your turn, you deal 1 damage to the opponent god. Very interesting and powerful, and this is a nether card. Stone Skin Poison. Spell. Costs only one also. Give other +3. That means the creature is not useful for 3 turns. And burn +2. That means that creature receives 2 damage at the end of the turn before the regen occur. And you do that to one creature. Switch Duelist. Creature 3/1. Cost also 1. Item for 1 turn. Cannot be targeted by attack or spell. Only random enemy creature spell. At the end of each turn, you swap this creature's strength and health. So you have 3 attack, 1 health. At the enemy turn, 1 attack, 3 health. Armor Lurker. Creature 3/1. Cost 2. Item. Cannot be targeted by attack or spell, only by random enemy creature spell. Armor 2. So you have a damage reduction of 2. That's mean the enemy need to deal 3 damage to kill that creature because you have 1 health. After this creature lose item, remove 1 armor from it. The coolest thing with that creature, the first attack it does, you have the armor 2. After you attack, you lose the armor after that. And after that, you lose the armor 1. You lose the armor after the attack and the item after the attack. Interesting. Assassin's Aim. Spell. Cost 2. Give +3 attack -1 health to a friendly creature. At the end of the turn, you give that creature item as well. Very powerful because you attack with that creature with the full strength, and after that, that creature is item to be defended. Umbrella Row. Spell. Cost 2. Gain control of an enemy creature with strength or 2 or less until the end of turn. Very useful and powerful versus aggro deck. Curious Wonder Cat. Creature 4/3. Cost 3. At the end of your turn, remove 3 durability from each relic. Can be your relic and the enemy relic. If you don't have a relic inside of that deck, you really don't care how many durability you lose. Lady Marcella, the second legendary inside of the deck. Creature 3/3, cost 3. War, summon 2 rogue skulker with deadly. That means they're killing with the creature with the damage done. Afterlife, you summon 2 rogue skulker with deadly for your opponent. And if I remember the skulker rogue, they're 1/1, I think so. Merrick, Keeper of the Many. Third legendary inside of the deck. Creature 2/3, cost 3. Item, so they cannot be targeted by attack or spell, only by random enemy creature inside of the spell. After a friendly creature attack the opponent god, set this creature's strength to that creature's strength. That means if you have increased strength with Assassin's Aim or Dark Knife, and you have a strongest creature, you make that strongest creature attack the enemy god, make that creature take his strength, and attack the enemy god again with the same strength. Surprise delivery. Spell. Cost 3. Summon 3/02 explosive barrel for your opponent with burn 1. That means they'll receive 1 damage each turn. Order 10. That means those barrel cannot attack, cannot do nothing. And Afterlife, it deal 2 damage to your god. That means when they're dead, they deal 2 damage to the enemy god because they're controlling the barrel. Arm Dealer. Creature 3/3, cost 4. Echo. You gain another creature like this that costs 1 and is a 1/1. Item for 1 turn. So that's mean they cannot be attacked, cannot be targeted by spell, only by random enemy creature spell. Also, at the start of your turn, expend 1 mana. If you do, give +1 strength to each friendly creature until the end of turn. Wow! You expend 1 mana! And you increase the strength of your creature to kill the enemy. I love that card. I want it right away. I think it's really the strongest card because when you expend 1 mana and you give 1 strength to each your friendly creature, very useful and powerful when you need it. Pietro Meribende, the fourth legendary inside of the deck. Creature 1/1, cost 4. War. Summon 2 random 1 mana war creature, then give Ident to each friendly creature. That's mean give Ident to all creature included itself. Very powerful. Shade Walker. Creature 4/3, cost 4. Ident. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't repeat myself now. And at the end of your turn, this creature gets +1 strength. Interesting. That creature boosts itself at the end of your turn. Pyramid Warden. Creature 2/6. Cost 2. Frontline. After your opponent summon a frontline. Afterlife. Your opponent summon a random creature from their void. That frontline is, like I say, too powerful because 6L and costs only 2, and also the only bad effect is the afterlife. Feral Shapeshifter. Creature 4/4, cost 4, island for 1 turn. War. Deal 1 damage to an enemy creature. Very useful because when it's entered the battlefield, deal 1 damage to a selected creature. Blade of White Plane. Creature 3/3, cost 5. Once per turn, after a weaker enemy creature is destroyed, draw a card. War. Destroy an enemy creature with strength of 3 or less. Very powerful and useful because you draw a card. The power they suggest you to use is Orfeo Distraction. Deal 1 damage to a creature and give it ident until the end of turn. Very useful because when you have an enemy that have a front line only, one of this, you use that Orfeo Distraction to put that front line ident and other creature can attack the enemy god. The creator match is 33 total, 69.7% of win rate. The overall is 33 matches, 69.7% of win rate also. Now let's see the top 1 best player of the last weekend tournament. Number 1 best player, DERPO, ID 557654. That player have won 16 match on last weekend tournament. You have played only 2 god, War and Death. The most played deck is Control War. 74 win, 29 lose, 71.8% of win rate. Let's see the cost of the deck. Oh wow, that I think is the highest cost of the deck now in all the video in that moment. Instead of the $2,800 last time I see is the highest one, I was wrong. That's the highest one. $3,406.84 USD. Let's see what we have inside that powerful, strong deck. Savage Strike. Spell. Cost 1. Deal 1 damage to each creature and outpower 2. When you click on the top right corner of the card, you pay 2 mana more, in that case 3 mana. Then you deal 2 damage to an enemy creature. That means you can deal 1 damage to all creature, and after that you deal 2 damage to one selected creature, and you can kill a 3 elf creature. Wolf Cult Vanguard. Creature 3/1, Cost 2. Blitz can attack a creature right away. Empower 2. When you click at the top right corner of the card and you pay 2 mana more, you give Twin Strike. Can attack 2 creatures differently, one each, one attack each, or one creature to attack. And also give +2 health to this creature. So it's no more a 3/1, it's now a 3/3 creature. Woodcutter Imp. First Winter Wonderland extension card. Creature 3/3. Cost 2. God Blitz. That creature can attack the enemy god right away. After this creature attack, your god take damage equal to the damage dealt from that creature. Very interesting. Can be funny to play that card. You receive damage, but you can deal damage to the enemy god right away. And then to war. Spell. Cost 3. Pick one. Remove protected and ward from a creature, then deal 2 damage to it. Or obliterate damaged creature. So remove from the game a damaged creature. If you have 5 or more creature in your board, you do both. That's mean when you have 5 creature or more in your board, you do both selection. Very interesting. Interesting. Take the Rain, the second Winter Wonderland extension card. Spell, cost 3. Gain control of the strongest enemy creature with less strength than the strongest friendly creature until end of turn. That's mean you gain the control of the strongest enemy creature that doesn't go over the strength of the strongest friendly creature that you have. And if you pay with Empower 4, when you pay 4 mana more, when you clear the top right corner of the card, you gain control of any enemy creature until the end of turn instead. So you select the enemy creature that you want. That costs 7 mana for this. Interesting. Grand Owl, the first legendary inside of the deck. Creature 2/5, cost 4, frontline. So in that case, the opponent need to attack that frontline first before attacking any other creature. That creature can't attack because it's a structure, but when it's entered the battlefield, give 1 strength and leech to each other friendly creature. That's powerful. That's mean all friendly creature gain 1 strength, but the most important part, they gain leech. That's mean all the damage done by those creatures that have leech, the god that you have gain the number of damage they done in health. Magic Missile Launcher. Relic, 3 attack, 2 durability, cost 4. Blitz, can attack a creature right away. Afterlife, when that relic go to the void, deal 2 damage to 2 random creature, can be yours or the enemy, and you heal you got for 4. White 4 guard, creature, 5/4, cost 4. Frontline. That creature become a tank. Empire 1. When you tap click at the right corner of the card, you pay 1 mana more and this creature gain protected. That's mean the enemy god need to attack that front line first, before any other creature or you god. And when you pay 5 mana instead of 4, this creature gain protected, and the first damage done on that creature is revoked. Carnage, Sweep, Spell, cost 5. Deal 2 damage to all creatures. If you have a relic equipped, remove 3 durability and destroy all creatures instead. That's powerful. Arkish Elite. Creature 3/5, cost 5. Blitz can attack a creature right away. Twin Strike can attack two different creatures or one creature two times. Irtakus Brazen Hero, the second legendary inside of the deck. Creature 3/6, cost 6. At the end of your turn, give +1 strength to this creature if it is in your hand. So if it's in your hand, it boosts itself by 1 strength. When it enters the battlefield, this creature will deal its strength as damage to an enemy creature. It is interesting because it can kill a creature when it's entered the battlefield. Soul Survivor. Spell. Cost 6. Give strength +3 to one of your creature, then deal its strength as damage to each other creature. Can be yours and the enemy creature. Avatar of War. The third legendary inside of the deck. Creature 8/8, cost 8. Leech. All damage done by that creature, your god healed by that number of damage. War. Equip 5 attack, 2 durability sentient flame blades with god blitz, so it can attack an enemy god right away. And after you attack, heal your god for 5 health. Very powerful. Leviathan Hunter. Creature 2/1. Cost 1. War. Equip a 1 attack, 1 durability barbed hook. If you control another Viking, equip a 1 attack, 2 durability barbed hook instead. Interesting. And can be powerful with corner sweep. Pyramid Warden. Creature 2/6, cost 2, frontline. So the enemy god need to attack this frontline or any frontline before attacking any creature or your own god. Afterlife, when this creature leaves the board, your opponent summon a random creature from the board. Martyr of White Plane. Creature 2/2, cost 3, frontline. While this creature is in your void, after a friendly creature die, pull it to your hand, and summon this creature with Celeste. That means when this creature is in your void, when your first friendly creature die, that friendly creature return to your hand, and you summon that Martyr or White Plane from the void, put it on the board, and it cannot return back on the board, is removed from the game, the next turn is dead. Next time is dead. Blade of White Plane. Creature 3/3. Cost 5. Once per turn, after a weaker enemy creature is destroyed, draw a card. War. Destroy an enemy creature with strength of 3 or less. Very powerful because you can draw a card right away. Demo Gargan. Creature 4/6. Cost 7. Leech. You gain the number of damage is still to your health. At the end of your turn, deal 3 damage to a random sleeping enemy creature, or all other creatures go to sleep, including yours. Teriel the Fallen, the fourth legendary inside of this deck. Creature 6/9, cost 7, War. Duel 3 Terric Cultists. That means you select 3 times between 3 different Terric Cultists with 3 different abilities. Very terrific. The creator have played 107 match, 72.9% of win rate. The overall is on 136 match and is 70.6% of win rate. That's the overall of the 5 top best player of the last weekend tournament. So the best top first player is so powerful, and if you look on all the card, is I think very balanced between 1 mana and 7 mana and more. It's very interesting. I love that deck art is done. The power is used as Slayer, because you can become frenzy. I don't know why you don't use frenzy on that deck, but it's powerful. So now let's talk about the conclusion. Thank you for watching Forbidden God channel. I wish you have fun to have see all the different deck of the top best 5 player of the last weekend tournament on January 6, 2023. So now if you like the video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and get a notification when a new video is out. So if you want to know, the next video is tomorrow on the budget deck, 5 budget deck I will found for you. So see ya and see you in the next video.